Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be starting a new series. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing it, just because I only have like 4 ideas for it at the moment. But we'll see, because I'm sure there's a lot more. These videos come with a bit of a backstory. So I've been a big reader like all my life. But for some reason, I have this weird thing about taking book suggestions from people, which is so stupid. I don't even do it consciously. It just like happens. And it's so dumb because my mom is like a teacher and also a big reader. So she like has given me book suggestions my whole life. And I've always known they're going to be good. And then for some reason, sometimes like someone gives me a book suggestion and immediately I can't read that book. I don't know why. I think it's, to me, reading feels like such a personal thing. And so sometimes, and not always, and I've gotten better at it, someone will tell me to read a book and immediately I can't read it. Like, it's like immediate, which has resulted in me not reading a ton of books that like I should have read. And it's like so ridiculous I haven't read them yet, especially as a reader. And like, not only that are they like popular books, they're books that I know for sure I'm gonna like. So it's literally just doing a disservice to myself and it's kind of ridiculous. So I came up with this video idea that I think is gonna be fun. And like I said, I have 4 book series that I have like that I can think on top of my head that I like haven't read that I should have. And I'm sure as I go through this, I'm gonna think of more of them. And I have 4, and I don't know if I want to spoil them or not, or if I want to keep them a secret. And honestly, I think I might want to keep them a secret. I can actually think of 5 series, but one I will never be reading because it is Harry Potter. And I'm not gonna read a book. Okay, first of all, no, I tried to read Harry Potter in 3rd grade and I was probably too young to really get into it, and I literally got bored and I never have read it since. And then now J.K. Rowling is like an awful, horrible person, and I just don't feel the need to read her books. So like, I'm just not gonna be reading those. So technically I have 5 series I could read, but that's just like never gonna happen, and like, it just won't. It's like tainted. But let's get into today's video. In the first little series we're going to be reading is Percy Jackson. I've wanted to read these for a while, and every time I bring it up, my friends get so upset with me that I haven't read them. Especially because I literally own them, because my mom was a 4th grade teacher, so like she had these in her classroom. Like, I literally own them. I haven't read them, but they're like exactly what I would like. It's just honestly just ridiculous I haven't read them. And so we're going to stop that. I think these videos should last like a week. Like, I think I should have a time limit on these videos. And like, yes, this series has 5 books, but I think I'm gonna read these really fast because these are like young adult books. So I'm starting this video on Tuesday, May 30th. And I'm just gonna do a little reading vlog. But let's just like get into the video because I feel like this could be long or it could be short because I don't know how I'm going to format these. But we shall see. So I'm actually gonna start reading like right away because I was reading Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I literally finished that today. And I just want to read, I want to start something and like really get into it. Because lately I've been in such a slump and nothing has been like really scratching the itch. Nothing has been giving me like the correct vibes I've been going for in a book. You know, I hate that I just said that, but like, you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to start this, which I also forgot to add that part of the reason I really want to read it now is because I want to read it before the show comes out, because I want to read it before, you know, I want to read it, have my own opinions before I watch the show. So that's another reason why I want to do this series first. But yeah, the only thing that I like have read about this book is this first page, which has always been so intriguing to me, which is so stupid because I should have just read it then, because I thought it sounded so good. See, this, like, look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading this because you think you might be one, my advice is close this book right now. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth and try to lead a normal life. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time it gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. If you're a normal kid reading this because you think it's fiction, great, read on. I envy you for being able to believe that none of this ever happened. But if you recognize yourself in these pages, if you feel something stirring inside, stop reading immediately. You might be one of us. And once you know that, it's only a matter of time before they sense it too. They'll come for you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Like, that part sounds so good. And if I would have read that, like, whenever the peak age for reading this is, I would have not put these down. The fact I didn't read it is so stupid on my part. I'm gonna get into it. We'll see how far I get in the book, and I'll update you guys. Because I don't know how much I'm gonna read today. Like, it's all up for... I don't know what I'm saying. Let me just read. I'll be back. Honestly, Percy just seems like he has ADHD. Like, I have no right to diagnose someone, but like literally that's what it just seems like. He's like, I'm a bad kid. I'm like, maybe you just have ADHD, man. Oh, he does have ADHD. I literally knew it. I'm a genius. Wait, how old is he? Why is he not with his mother? How old is he? He's like young. I probably saw that. He probably said what grade he's in. I don't pick up on facts like that. He's too young to not have seen his mom since Christmas.
We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me.
Why does this teacher or principal? Why does she literally beef with a child? Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, literally, it's so ridiculous.
Forever free.
Okay, like, I understand that, like, the kids probably don't know. Like, now that Mrs. Dodds is, like, whatever. I'm sure the kids don't know who she is, but, like, I am certain that Mr. Brenner knows who he is, and he is gaslighting Percy. Like, this poor kid is going through it. Like, it's crazy. I don't even know if you guys can read that, but it is, in fact, August 7th, and I'm pretty sure when I started last time, I said, I'm gonna get these done in a week, and I'm on page 52 of the first book. Part of this is because I literally started this video, and I don't know what, I was in a book slump. I've been in such a book slump really this whole year. It's been getting a little better, and never had really read a fantasy. Now I have started to read whatever. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna read all of Percy Jackson in a week. And I am in fact making that same mistake because this is supposed to be my video for Friday. And today is Monday. Don't know if I have faith in myself, but this is the only video idea I have. So yeah, but yeah, I read dystopian, and like there's some books I read that are definitely like kind of fantasy, but like they were like really young books. I've never like delved into a full fantasy world and like really loved it. So I was like, I'm gonna start Percy Jackson. But let's just get to reading Percy Jackson. I'm gonna put on a playlist because that's been my favorite thing lately, is looking up book names on Spotify and finding a playlist and playing it while I read, like quietly. I can't do it loud or I get distracted. There's no way, first of all, that I stopped in the middle of this scene, that it's intense. And his mom just died? She just dissolved. Okay.
From up here, the world seems small.
Annabeth is the love interest, right? I think so. We just met Annabeth. No, there's no way Dog Days Are Over is playing while Percy is talking about his mom. My mother was gone. The whole world should be black and cold. Nothing should look beautiful. Not Mr. D, like, insinuating Percy's mom's bad for not bringing him to camp. Like, be a little nicer. The boy's mom just died. Okay, so I'm at the part in the bathroom when he's at Camp Half-Blood. And I don't know if we just saw him, like, explicitly use his powers for the first time, because we've seen, like, little things, or if his dad helped him. It didn't seem like Percy was doing anything, because it's like, all he did is, I strained to keep my head up. I was looking at the scummy water, thinking, I will not go into that, I won't. Okay, I guess if he can just do it all with his mind. I don't even know if this is important that I'm commenting on it, but it is like the first time we've seen like outward powers, I feel like from Percy. I love how Percy is just so unaware of his powers. Like, I'm reading the part about the capture the flag, and like he just defeated the 5 people from the other side and like that really strong girl, and whatever, they win, And he's like, wow, we did so good. Like, he is not shocked that, like, he got wet and then he had so much power he could take over all 5 of them. Like, I love that he just, like, just doesn't realize. Like, he, like, literally is like, oh, wow, I did so good. He has no idea that, like, he just did something crazy. And, like, all because he fell in the creek. And I also love that Annabeth, like, comes up right next to him and is like, not bad, hero. I think that's so cute. I'm having a good time. I'm like into this book now. These characters are so cute. He also healed his cut? Okay. I'm glad that Annabeth is recognizing the water connection before Percy does.
From up here, the world seems small.
Oh my god. So like, they're finding out that his dad is Zeus, but why did I read this? By the time I looked up, the sign was already fading, but I could still make out the hologram of green light spinning and gleaming. And before I read this last sentence, I literally thought it was a plumb bob. I was like, why are we in The Sims? Like, why does he have a little plumb bob above his head? Like, not thinking that it literally was a trident. Like, I'm so stupid. Not for, like, Percy literally, like, he's being isolated. That's like a form of torture. Like, I get it's because he doesn't have any siblings. But, like, him being alone in the room and everything and, like, eating alone is so sad. Oh, Luke is so nice. He's still helping Percy even though everyone's being a little baby. They at least could give him something to, like, entertain himself.
Around you, from a distance you can tell.
Everyone has beef with Percy as if he is a baby. He's a kid. Also, talking about disintegrating him or like making him spontaneously combust after his mom literally disintegrated in front of his eyes is crazy. This is about Mr. D. I can't believe I turned the camera off right as we learned like that Zeus and Poseidon are literally fighting because Zeus thinks that Percy stole lightning, naming the whole book. So I had a bit of a change of scenery, but what the hell does this mean? Let's see if I can get it to focus. I'm sure I can find it while editing. But no shot. Percy's just literally trying to live his life. He's just really has no idea what's going on. And then they have to tell him when he goes and talks to, the Oracle. And someone's gonna betray him who calls you a friend. And they say, and he shall fail to say what matters most in the end. Are you kidding? Can't he catch a break? Like, I know I'm only 140 pages in, but like, of this long series, but like, I feel like he already can't catch a break. He also has no idea what's going on. No way this group of like middle schoolers are just making their way to LA on their own. Like, I know they're half-bloods, but like, no shot. Not Annabeth and Percy both blushing because of Luke. Like, there's no shot. All Luke did was give Percy the shoes, which is like nice, but like, there's no way.
In the great out.
Percy just yelling "eat my pants" at Mrs. Dode's and like the 3 of them, I don't know, is literally just like Bart Simpson. Is this Lady Medusa? It seems I always stop recording when I like get to a part that's cute and I want to talk about, so that's what just happened. But this little like banter moment between Annabeth and Percy is so cute. He's like, oh, so it's now my fault? It's now my fault we met Medusa. Annabeth straightened. In a bad imitation of my voice, she said, it's just a photo, Annabeth. What's the harm? Forget it, I said. You're impossible. You're insufferable. And like Grover interrupts. Like, they're just so cute.
Meant to be.
This is like one of the only things I knew about this book before I read it was this scene, because I've seen people like make jokes about it where Percy's in the arch in St. Louis, and as someone who's been there multiple times, it's so funny to me because like obviously this book isn't realistic. Like, obviously, but also like I don't understand how he jumped from the arch to the Mississippi. Like, obviously, he's done a lot of things that make no sense. But the distance is like, he couldn't just fall on land. It's like area of grass and like, I don't know. I'm just being extra, honestly. Okay, so I just finished the part where they like go and get the shield from the water park for Aries, I think. And he tells Percy that his mom isn't dead, which I like kind of assumed, but also, and like I think is true, but also like, is he really reliable with information? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's not, but like I believe it, because I don't think she would just be dead. Like 50 pages in, she's dead. I don't know, like it could be true, but I just don't think it is. I think that's all I have to say. So they just got to the Lotus Inn, and I know Percy is like not worried about it. I don't trust it though, like at all. So let's see.
We meant to be in the great outdoors.
One day. Okay, I'm currently laying in bed reading. This lighting and everything is trash. But tell me why Percy walking into the ocean and this little shark nuzzling up to him, healing like a dog, is the cutest thing ever. Like, someone who is deathly afraid of the ocean, I got to this part and I'm like, God damn it, this is gonna make me so freaked out right before bed too. But this little shark is so cute. So they're officially in the underworld, and I probably should have a lot of takeaways from this, but my like singular takeaway is that Cerberus, I literally just looked up how to say it, is a Rottweiler, and now I'm like, oh my god, so cute, a little puppy. Like, I had a Rottweiler, and like, now that's all I envision, is like my Rottweiler, like a cute little baby. And I'm excited. I'm sure he's a good guy. I was like kind of sort of joking before about it being a cute little puppy, but now I'm sad. Like, no shot this is the sentence. I pretended not to see Annabeth wipe a tear from her cheek as she listened to the mournful keening of Cerberus in the distance. Longing for his new friend? Are you kidding? I'm sad. Okay, like, I kind of guessed Percy's backpack was heavier because he has the lightning bolt. But does that mean that Ares gave it to them? No. Or it was like that guy in the cave. I just don't even know. Maybe I gave these thoughts when I finish this book, because I only have 60 something pages left. So maybe tomorrow, because my camera's at 1%, but we'll see.
I got time.
Okay, I think after I finish each book, I'm gonna do like a quick wrap up for each, and then at the end, like a full wrap up. So I finished book 1, really good, really liked it. My main thought while reading it was like, I wish I would have read this when like I was in elementary, middle school, you know. Can't say I really saw Luke's betrayal. I'm not like shocked by it, but like I didn't see it necessarily. And I like that Annabeth and Percy went home. I know that might have bad implications for them, but I think it was a good decision to not stay there year round, at least this year. I think that's it though. So let me get into book 2. I feel like with YA like series, usually in the like each sequel, you know, that's not the right word, but like, you know, each book that's not the first one, they like explain for a long time. I feel like what happened last time, and I was a little nervous to start this one because of that fact. And they only explain for a little bit, and like I'm only 8 pages in, and now like stuff is already happening, which is exciting. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but I feel like I should, but for some reason I like don't trust that the teacher called from the Half-Blood camp and told the mom that Percy shouldn't go. I think shady business is happening either from the mom or the teacher, and that might be because I'm just I am on edge. I don't know who to trust, you know. But that's like my thoughts right now.
We're meant to be in the great out.
I think I've already talked about liking Tyson. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't. But the like Percy finding out he's a Cyclops, and then Annabeth calling him like a little baby Cyclops. Something about that was so cute. Like, so cute. I was like, oh. That's it though. That's all I have to say. I hope he doesn't betray anyone or something happens to him, because I actually like Tyson. He's cute. He's so nice to Percy. So Tyson got claimed by Poseidon with like the trident over his head. But does that like really mean he's like related to Percy? Or is it just because like with that new camp counselor stuff they were like making fun of him? I don't know how it works, you know? I don't know how big of a thing this really is. Like it's a big thing, but like how interconnected it is, you know? There is no way after the chariot racing where Percy and Annabeth save all these people from these stupid like ravens or pigeons or whatever they are, the like gold beaked, bronze beaked, whatever. The Tantalus is like, you guys are troublemakers, you ruined the chariot race. Like, man, why are you here? And like, I like knew it was gonna happen because like he wasn't being attacked and he was like running around not caring about the birds and everyone like literally being torn apart. So like I knew something was gonna happen, but like no way. He's like, and now to punish the troublemakers who disputed this race. And like it's being like, well, the birds would have just stayed in the woods if you guys didn't chariot race so bad. As if they weren't attacked by those bulls like a couple days ago. The like bronze bulls. Like, I know this guy is bad and like we already knew he's bad. It's just annoying. Like he's just annoying. Like it's annoying because like yes, these kids are demigods, but like why do they have beef with like 12-year-olds? It just goes back to like, and like if the teacher was still there, which I didn't talk about, but I don't know. If he was still there, this wouldn't be happening, which then there wouldn't be conflict. I mean, there'd still be conflict, but whatever. I'm getting back to reading. I just got to the part where Annabeth and Percy came up with a plan to go get the Golden Fleece because Grover gave Percy visions in his dream. And like they had the whole plan where they would tell everyone, so then they had to get a quest. Like Tantalus couldn't just be like, no, like you're not getting one. And so he gave a quest and he gave it to Clarice. And I understand that like Percy and Annabeth were like, we want to go alone, but I just don't think it's like that big of a deal because Clarice has to go talk to the Oracle, right? And he said that she can bring 2 other people, and like obviously she's gonna want to bring someone from her own house, but if she talks to the Oracle and the Oracle is like, you need Percy and Annabeth, like she'll have to bring Percy and Annabeth, I think. Like, I think that's the rules. So, like, in my mind, it's not a big deal. I know that's, like, the big deal right now. But, like, I don't think it's the biggest of deals. And, like, yes, they don't get along with Clarice that much, especially Percy. And especially because, like, what happened last book, like, with her dad and stuff. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. This doesn't feel like that big of a deal to me. And maybe I'm being stupid. But we'll see, I guess. Now Tantalus eating his own kids. Is that what happened? I think so. Also though, he's like threatening them like, I'll do it again. Can he even do it? Like he can't even eat a marshmallow when he cooks it. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like he's like all bark, no bite. The gods are really absent parents. Like they really like knock someone up and then they just leave their kids to like nothing. They leave them with nothing. Guess it makes sense why Family Line played in this playlist. I also like that Percy, every time he talks with the gods, he kind of like humanizes them in a way that I feel like kind of shows them how messed up they're being. Like him being like, oh, you're Luke's father, and then saying his name. That like is holding that like accountability, and I don't know if that's purposeful, but it feels purposeful, because when Percy thinks about Poseidon being his father, he's like, he left my mom, and like now my mom had to go through like all these hardships of these like awful men because she was left as a single mom and she's trying to protect me. And I think, I don't know, I love the kids. I love Annabeth and I love Percy.
Forever free.
Okay guys, we're back at my dining room table, even though it's like kind of echoey, but last time I had a good time. I'm still in fact on book 2 because I'm an idiot, and it is in fact Monday, so who knows? You would think I would learn something, but I didn't. But let's just get to reading. Okay, this is like such a little thing, but It's maybe the time that Percy's annoyed me the most so far, because they're in this like swamp area from what I can tell, in this like little like shelter made out of sticks and stuff that Annabelle had made with Sam and Talia. Luke. Why did I say Sam? With Luke and Talia. And Percy like goes and or is like, I want donuts, which already was kind of weird to me, but I think he was just trying to get Tyson to like be gone for a long time. That is for sure what he was doing. But Tyson comes back like pretty quickly with like a box of donuts and says like, I got these donuts from Monsters Donuts or whatever. And there's like a whole donut shop in this swamp is what I presume it is. Like what I pick up from the context clues. And Annabeth is like, that's weird, that's suspicious, like we can't trust this. And Percy's like, I'm sure it's fine. Like, what do you mean you're sure it's fine? What do you mean you're sure it's fine? Like, and like, she's like, isn't it weird that we found one right after you asked for donuts? And also like, we're in the middle of a swamp. And Percy's like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. What? Like, this is the dumbest I've seen him be so far, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like I haven't been frustrated with Percy yet, and I'm like a little over halfway book 2. This is like the first time and I'm like, okay, let's get a grip. Let's get a grip on reality. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, it's a chain. As if that changes literally anything. Like, I think we just need to think about the location we're in, and then we can see that that's weird. But that's all. Just a little rant I had. Also, like, Percy is like protecting Tyson, and not saying he shouldn't, but like, yes, Tyson's scared, but like literally can't he protect himself? Like, he protected himself against those like giant cannibal monsters in the gym. I think he can protect himself, and like Percy's using all his energy to protect Tyson. And like, I like Tyson. We know this. I think he's a fun little character. I think he's so sweet. But like, I feel like he's wasting his energy. Like, I feel like Tyson should be able to hold his own. I don't know, call me crazy. I guess what I just don't get is why why is Clarice in a Civil War battle cruiser with dead soldiers? Zombie soldiers. Like, yes, I'm reading a fantasy book, and no, none of this has made sense, but why is this the craziest thing that's happened? What does this mean? Also, Clarice is being so annoying. Annabeth's like giving her all the information of what's going on with Luke, and she's like, no, I'll do this myself. We don't need a team up. Like, okay, girl, when your boat gets blown up, not on them. So we just got to the part where they like were trying to get through the two sisters of the sea, Scylla, and I'm gonna mispronounce everything. I can't pronounce anything. And then the ship blew up, and they assume Tyson is dead. But maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I just don't want him to be. In my head, he's not. He's still alive. And so in the end of it all, it is just wishful thinking, but it's thinking I'm doing. And in my head, Tyson's not dead, so no one can tell me otherwise. Unless I get direct confirmation. Unless they find him dead. I do not believe it, so. I'm kind of happy this ship exploded because I didn't really like that part. Like, I don't know, the part wasn't very exciting to me, and I know it should have been, but for some reason I like wasn't excited. Okay, I feel like I'm talking a lot today. Annabeth just told Percy what his prophecy was, that like Kieran was like, I can't tell you because the gods told me I couldn't, and Annabeth told him as they're in like the sea of monsters. It's just them two, and I kind of thought it was gonna be worse. Like, I was expecting it to be worse, as in like it was gonna be like Percy's gonna die at 16 or something like that. And I understand why the gods would be upset about it, because it's the next child of the big three who reaches 16 will be a dangerous weapon. But like, I feel like we learned when Percy went to the Oracle, like those type of things can be interpreted in many different ways. So like, I feel like him being a dangerous weapon could technically be a positive thing for the gods. Also, like, I can't say I care that much about the fate of like of Olympus. Like, I care much more about the kids that they have on Earth, the Half-Bloods, than Olympus itself. So like I can see why they'd be like scared about it, I guess, but it just doesn't feel like as big of a deal as I thought it was gonna be, I guess. Oh, there's more to it. You're not gonna know yet though. Okay, maybe Percy's making it his mission to make me annoyed, because now we're at annoyance number 2. They're at the little spa in the Sea of Monsters, and Cece is like telling them that she's gonna make them their perfect selves. Annabeth gets taken away to go find clothes and do her hair, all these things. And Cece's like, Percy needs special attention from me because he's so ugly, is basically what she says. And she puts him in front of her mirror, and then she's like, see how ugly you are? And then she puts this fabric that like shows what he could look like. And she's like, here's all the things you need to do. Like, you're gonna do this like regimen I'm giving you, and like whatever, and drink this drink. And she takes this drink and she puts powder in and mixes it up. And at first Percy's like, ooh, probably shouldn't drink that. Now tell me why. I lifted it to my lips. It tasted just like it looked. Why are you drinking it? Have you learned nothing? Because I'm pretty certain when they walked in, Percy goes, we know that we have like been shown things that seem great and really are bad. They're a facade. There's a facade or whatever. Like when they were in Vegas. And now you're telling me he's drinking this. Did he get stupider from book 1 to book 2? Why is he making stupid decisions? Because like, I feel like he never was stupid. He was very intuitive of things going around him, always. So what is going on? I get he's going through a lot, but he's being dumb. I do think it's a little bit funny Percy got turned into a guinea pig from drinking that liquid, because, you know, if it's not the consequences of his own actions, I understand this is not good that he's a guinea pig, but like, what did he think was gonna happen? I mean, I don't think you could expect you're gonna be turned into a guinea pig, but like, he knew it wasn't gonna be good and he drank it nonetheless. So maybe this will help him learn. Possibly, maybe. We'll see. I feel like Annabeth is gonna realize semi-fast, just because she's gonna be like, cool, like, yeah, you're working on Percy, but like, where is he? Like, I wanna see him. Cause Cece's trying to do like, you don't need a man, and like, you can do whatever you want, which is like true. But Percy's not the one that's like holding Annabeth back from like being what she wants to be. And also I think it's funny because she's like, Annabeth, what do you want to be? And she's like, an architect. And like, that's what Annabeth wants to be. Like, that is what she wants to be. And then Cece's like, I think a sorceress. So then who's holding her back? Because it seems like it's maybe you. Seems like it's maybe you. But yeah, that's about it. I'm having a good time. There's been a few parts in this book that have kind of taken me out of it, but I'm having a good time nonetheless. Percy and Annabeth's hug is so cute. So cute. He's no longer a guinea pig, and I hope he learned his lesson.
We meant to be.
Why is Annabeth trying to hear the sirens? That's crazy. It's a crazy take. Okay, they're both being idiots this book, but they are like 12, right? Are they younger or they're young? I did not expect her to break loose of the rope. Like, that's not good at all. And now Percy is just going to get her, which like obviously, but how are we gonna come back from this? Like, I know they're both gonna be fine, but how are we gonna come back from this?
Need to go and take a step back.
Not the sobbing. Percy's so funny. I'm glad he like knows who he is. She's like, do you ever feel like you could do better if you ran the world? And he's like, no, me running the world would kind of be a nightmare.
Meant to be.
Ew. You're gonna marry Clarice? The child?
You and me.
No shot. He didn't fall off the bridge. That's so embarrassing. Why is this kind of sad? Like, I know the Cyclops is bad, but him being like, my sheep need me. I'm only trying to protect my sheep, and now he's crying. Like, it's kind of sad. Oh my god, he's so fake. Okay, kill him. Yeah. See, you could have called me delusional, but I was right, because Tyson didn't die. Not a little cyclops. As nice as we look. That's what I thought, Tyson. That's what I thought. I knew. Oh my god, his bestie Rainbow caught him. I didn't know that, like, Island would start going bad the second they took the place. I thought they, like, had buffer time. Not the Cyclops being alive. Like, not the Cyclops being alive. I'd say his name, but Polyphemus. If Clarice messes this up one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. I would just leave Clarice. Like, she's causing way too many problems. In Percy's fight with Luke, I don't know why, but the last thing I expected was for Carrion to show up. But I guess that makes sense because really in the call that he had with him, he was like, Miami, and like that's where they are. But for some reason I like didn't expect him to show up. Like I didn't expect Percy to lose and like die. Obviously there's a lot more books, but I didn't expect him to show up. I didn't know it was gonna happen. I'm shocked, really. Kronos being Carrion's, I'm never gonna learn. Dad is definitely something I could have known or predicted, but I didn't, and I was shocked. I should have been recording because I was shocked. I was like, he's your father. And like, kind of crazy that they let him like work at the camp, the Half-Blood camp. But I guess he's shown, like he's been alive for years, so like he's shown, but kind of crazy. Okay. The ending of that book was crazy. I did not expect Talia to come back. And, like, they were, like, trying to, like, make it seem like Annabeth was hurt when really, like, Talia had just come back. Like, that is insane. And I don't know what's gonna happen with that. It could cause a lot of conflict with Annabeth because, like, she's like, no, she won't think the same as Luke. And if she does, it's gonna be, like, a big thing and, like, a big problem with, like, Annabeth, like, being confident in her own decisions. So that's an interesting thing to add to this book. I'm sad that Tyson left to go work. But I think it's good for him to like be separate from Percy and like be his own person. I'm just glad he lived and I was right about it. So, you know. Overall, so there's parts of this book that I liked more than the first book, and then there's parts I like disliked more than the first book. I really liked learning more about the characters because I really do like the characters in this book. Like, they're like really good main characters. Percy, Grover, that's not what I meant to say. Percy, Annabeth, Grover, Tyson. I just like them. And I like learning more about them. The battle scenes for me though were a little bit less interesting in this one. I don't know why. They just felt a little less interesting. But overall, I really did like the book. It was shorter than the other one, but I'm excited to see what's happening with Talia, and that twist was like a good thing because I was gonna start reading the next book, but like I was like I might need a little break, but like now I want to know what's happening, even if it's just little things, because like we don't know her. Okay, one more thing I have to say before I get into the third book is I cannot believe that Percy is not staying at summer camp all year. Once again, what do you mean he's going home after all of this? Especially because like they kind of learned that like Tyson was keeping Percy safe, so like how is he gonna stay safe? Like that's crazy to me that they're like, yeah, Percy can go home. Percy needs to stay in the camp. Okay, I'm pretty sure when I started reading the second book I talked about how I liked the beginning, but the opening to this book is really good. This whole first chapter, like where you just like it just starts and you're into it and you're with Talia and you're with Percy and you're with Annabeth and you're at this dance and they're with Grover and then they're like trying to get these kids and there's the monster. Like it just is so good and like pulls me in, which I feel like is so good because the end of the last book pulled me in and the beginning of this book. Like I read these 16 pages and I literally read them so fast. Like I read them, I don't know how fast, but like I read them so fast and like it's just so good. It's a good, like, I don't know, it grabs your attention. And like they did some explaining throughout it because they would talk about someone and Percy would like say something, a few sentences that like reminded you of stuff, but it wasn't overly explained, and I feel like that gives it more of a chance to be like some things explained throughout the book, whereas instead of like just the first chapter being like basically an explanation. I don't know, I think it was done well. They just had that battle with Dr. Thorne, Mr. Thorn? I don't know. And they were saved by the hunters. And I don't understand why everyone is being so, like, chill that Annabeth is just gone. They're like, oh yeah, she got taken. She disappeared. What do you mean? Like, Artemis is like, she disappeared. My girl, my favorite. What do you mean she just disappeared? We're gonna be nonchalant about that? Like, let's get to it. Let's be a little more vigilant and let's find her. I'm so shocked that Bianca just ditched her brother like that so easily. Like, I get she has the responsibility, like as an older sibling, like she has the responsibility of like raising her brother, and like that is a big responsibility. So to be like promised she doesn't have that anymore, I feel like is maybe one of the biggest reasons why she made that decision. But she really just left him like that. Like, I thought it would take a little more convincing, but she was really like, I pledge. I pledge. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. No, I still think that they need to be working a little more hastily to get Annabeth. My head is still in excruciating pain, so let's see how this goes. They're not gonna go help Annabeth? They said, she needs to figure out how to get out on her own. Now, what? I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I mean, I don't think Percy's gonna allow that. Not Nico saying, everybody thinks you're the lamest god card to Mr. D is so funny. So Percy just had a nightmare about Annabeth and like that she's in trouble because she like tried to help Luke and then Luke like set her up. And I know like when Percy got his dreams about Grover's because they have the link, the like, what's it called? The link. But I feel like Percy doesn't think that that was like reality, but he knows she's in trouble. Like he took that as a sign she's in trouble, but not that that's like exactly what's happening. Because basically it was like Luke was laying in a cave and like rocks started crumbling and Annabeth caught them so that Luke wasn't hit, and then Luke got up and was like, oh, thanks for saving me. And she's like, cool, help me with these rocks. And he's like, no, gotta go. And he's like, your help will be coming, and like that's the whole plan, whatever. And like Percy's like, Percy doesn't think that's like exactly what's happening, but that it proves that she's in danger. But like I'm wondering if Percy and Annabeth could have a link just because they're like close. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I'm just talking. I think I'm just talking to talk and I need to read. I feel like I should have already done an update because Percy went and talked to the Oracle and the Oracle didn't talk to him. And he found the like scarf that him and Annabeth found, which I don't remember. Call me a bad person. I don't remember it. So there's that. I don't really have any opinions on it right now. I'm sure it'll come to me. And then they captured the flag and they lost and the hunters won, and Talia and Percy are now like beefing. And honestly, I think they're like fighting all the time is like so stupid. Like I think they should get over themselves and just like work together. Like it doesn't have to be this whole thing. Like it really doesn't. And they just like are always fighting. And now they're like really fighting because Talia pushed him too hard and he landed in the water and she's like, my bad, didn't mean to. And then he hit her with like a wave of water and was like, my bad, didn't mean to. And like now they're gonna fight. He also she also called him Seaweed Brain, which I feel like is gonna make him even more mad because that's what Annabeth calls him. So that's what's happening. They're fighting, and I think they should just be friends. I think they should just get over it and be friends. And I know Annabeth was like, you guys are either gonna hate each other or be like the best friends ever. And so like I'm sure they're gonna be friends later, but like literally all they have to do is be friends and work together, and then maybe they can get Annabeth back. I feel like they're not focusing on the right stuff. Like they need to be worried about Annabeth, and like together they could probably get her back, and instead they're fighting about capture the flag. Like who really cares? Is it really that big of a deal? I feel like no. Isn't it just like a fun little game they're playing? Okay. I literally turned this off the second something very interesting happened. So they were like fighting whatever, and then the mummy that holds the oracle is out of the room and she's just walking towards them. Okay, so she gave a message to Zoe about Artemis. Okay, no shot. They're beefing, like, Talia and Percy are that mad at each other that they can't even talk to each other. Like, no shot. Talia is talking to Grover, like, talking to Percy through Grover. Like, it's just, it feels like really the time they need to come together and not be fighting about stupid things that don't matter. And they really are fighting about stupid things that don't matter. Like, they both are just so full of themselves, they can't handle that someone else may be just as powerful as them. I've had enough. I've had enough. I need them to grow up. I need them to grow up so they can find Annabeth. Like, no shot. Their best friend's missing. And instead of like, wow, we're two strong half-bloods, let's work together, they're like, let's have beef about capture the flag game. I think I'm upset for no reason.
Distance you can tell.
I don't understand why every time they get a little message from the Oracle, they all are stupid. They all have to like take it so literally. Like, don't they learn? Like, one shall be lost in the land without rain. Like, yes, that could mean one could die or get lost there. But also, like, when Clarice got hers, there were things they thought that someone was gonna die or get hurt or fail, and it wasn't true. So I don't know why they always have to be like, be careful. Someone might die. Maybe just think critically. I'm being a hater. My bad. I just realized that, like, since Talia's back, that means Percy's not the only one that the, like, prophecy could be about. Like, why'd I just put that together? I'm, like, sometimes I'm really stupid on things like that. I know I just turned this off, but literally, like, I'm so over this Percy slander. Like, obviously, Percy has to go. What do you mean maybe he can't go on the mission? Also, to be, like, the hunters being like, Percy can't go, because I don't want the hunters to be traveling with a boy. And they, like, think they're being so progressive, when really they're like basically saying that these girls can't handle themselves if they're even in the mere proximity of a boy. Like, they're being such the opposite of progressive. I'm over it. And Percy is just like, literally, trust me, Percy does not want any of them. He's trying to find Annabeth. Like, let's be honest. And also, they're letting Grover go. And, like, I understand Grover knows, like, nature and stuff, but, like, if they're going on this giant mission, I feel like probably 2 half-bloods should go. Or maybe just make it 6, because technically then they can have the 6 people, or the 5 people, and then Grover can be there, like, I don't know. Beats me. So, Percy's not going on the little mission, because, one of the hunters can't go because the Stoll brothers, like, pranked her with the shirt, so now she's, like, sick, so she can't go. And they're just gonna go, 4 of them, and then Nico was there watching this conversation that Zoe and Bianca had about the girl not being able to go. And Nico said, Percy, you have to go, and you have to promise me you'll look after my sister, which is a big ask. And Percy promised, which don't know if that was a good choice on his part. But he's going, and he's using Annabeth's invisibility hat. I don't know how smart that is, though. Like, because if he gets hurt, no one knows. Also, like, they're gonna find out. Like, there's no world he's gonna go on this whole mission, and they're not gonna know he's there. Like, there's no world. But yeah. Besides that, we saw a lot of Blackjack, which is the horse that Percy freed. Well, they all freed when they were on the cruise ship with Luke. I've gotten his name wrong before, but I think I'm right this time. With Luke, and all the monsters, which I think is cute. We saw cute little moments with them before. It was, like, just cute moments. Nothing I really needed to comment on, you know? And so the horse, Blackjack, is taking Percy so that he can, like, keep up with them, because they've already left. Like, recently they left in the car, but yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, no shot Percy told them, and Zoe's still being like, Percy shouldn't be here, Percy can't come with us. Come on, that is not the time. You're being chased by these skeletons, and they're like freaking out about the general. Percy doesn't know anything about that. But, like, it's no time to argue if Percy should come or not. Bring Percy, figure it out later. Like, you don't have time to, like, debate on if Percy should, like, join the mission now that he's there. Like, you just need to get away. And they're just, I've had enough with people just having random beef when it's just not the time. Like, it just is really not the time. And now the monsters are there. Okay, Bianca and Nico have said weird things this whole time about, like, what they remember and stuff like that. And I kind of haven't paid a lot of attention to it, because sometimes when there's new characters, I have a hard time, like, getting attached to them. And it's kind of the same with Talia too, but Bianca just said something crazy, like being like, oh, well, when Nico and I used to live in DC, the subway didn't exist. And, like, if they're supposed to be, like, what, it's like 12 and 8 or something, that makes zero sense completely. And so that's going to be very interesting, because, like, does that mean they're, like, older than they think, or, like, from a different universe? Like, I don't know what that means. And I do think Nico is who, like, the newest book that, like, has come out in this, like, whole, because there's these 5 books, and then I think there's a whole nother series, and then maybe standalones. Don't quote me on that, because I never even finished this original series. But I don't know, very interesting. We'll see where this takes us and what we learn about this, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought I wanted to talk about it. Okay, so they're in a train, and Percy just had a fun little dream about Riptide, his sword, and a girl he perceives to be Zoe, which is, like, a long time ago. Like, he wasn't playing himself, but it was, like, Zoe. That's what he says. He recognizes it as Zoe. And I feel like, oh, and she was, like, in love with this man she was talking to. They're fighting this monster, and, like, he's gonna have to trick her dad, things like that. And very intriguing that, like, Zoe was in love with this man who, I'm guessing, betrayed her with the sword that she gave him, is what I'm guessing happened, based on, like, her being uneasy around the sword, and, like, her being like, men cannot be within, like, the hunters group. And, well, I guess Zoe isn't like the leader, Artemis is, but you know what I mean? Like, Zoe is Artemis's, like, right hand, like, she is there all the time, and who Artemis trusts the most, even though I'm not certain if Zoe has been there that long. And I don't know, I think it's interesting. I don't know if we're gonna, like, hear more of it through Percy's dreams, or if he's going to ask Zoe. I feel like Percy literally asks people things like that, so, like, he probably is just gonna ask her, which probably won't go well. But he did perceive, like, he did think that she was way older, so, like, it makes sense she could be this person in the dream. But I want to know more about this story. I'm very intrigued about this story. I feel like they haven't talked about Pan a lot. Sorry, my face is red. I was sitting, like, but they haven't talked about Pan a lot. I feel like it was, like, more discussed in book 1, and they've, like, mentioned a bit, because it still is, like, Grover's task to, like, find that, right? Like, any satire, that's their task. But I did not expect it to come like, be a part of this right now. Like, so they're in this town, they're trying to get to San Francisco. I said that weird. They were, like, in this town where they didn't think they could get out, and they're, like, fighting the skeletons, and there's, like, this boar. Grover keeps being like, this boar is a gift from the wild, and there's, like, gusts of warm wind, and, like, no one knows what's happening. Everyone's like, Grover's losing his mind. Like, that's what Percy's thinking. Grover is losing his mind. And then he says it again, and he says, we need to get aboard. I wish I had more time to look around, but it's gone now. And Percy's so confused, like, what's gone? And then Percy says to Zoe, wait a second, do you two know, oh, and Bianca, do you two know what Grover is talking about, this wild blessing? And Zoe says, of course. Did you not feel it in the wind? It was so strong. I never thought I would sense that presence again. And Percy asks what presence, and then she said, the Lord of the Wild, of course. Just for a moment, in the arrival of the boar, I felt the presence of Pan. That's crazy. So much is happening. I'm having a good time. Like last time I said I was getting a little bored of the fight scenes in book 2. I don't know why, and I don't know what it really was. The fight scenes in book 3, though, they're good. I'm having a good time. Also, I kind of like this group of people. Even though none of them really like each other, this group of people is fun. Like, because Percy and Talia are not that close. They're getting closer, though, because they kind of had a heart-to-heart when they were on the train. Even though Talia got mad at Percy a little bit when they were talking about the fact that Talia was going to join the hunters and then decided not because of Luke. And then Percy's like, well, Luke did betray you, so, like, Artemis is kind of right. But they were, like, bonding more. And then there's Zoe and Talia that don't like each other, and we have Bianca, which Percy was kind of mad at before because she left Nico But I don't know, this group is kind of fun. And we have Grover, obviously, and Grover like doesn't have really like problems with anyone. But this is kind of fun. I like this group. I'm having a good time. I still miss Annabeth though, because Annabeth is my favorite, and I'm sad that we don't get her right now. Like, they need to get to it, really. They need to find her faster, because like I miss her. She'd be so fun in this group too. Oh, they're in a desert, and that's where people think someone might die or get lost or whatever. I guess though, like if Grover goes off to find Pan, he could technically get lost because he's not like in the group anymore, but like that is his task. Maybe I'm thinking, maybe I'm predicting something, or maybe I'm losing my mind. All possible options.
Around you.
This might be my favorite book so far. Even though Annabeth isn't in it, so it kind of feels hypocritical, so maybe that's not true. I just kind of like that there's like kind of road trip vibes. Oh my god, did Bianca and Nico stay at that little place, and that's why they're from the past but they're not aged? I'm eating this up. Like, I really am. Oh my god, FDR mention. So my question is, in this world, right, where I guess this fits with Zoe too, like Zoe's older, right, like really old, but right now she's like 12. Like, she looks like she's 12. Oh no, she looks like she's 15. I don't remember. My question is, like, how does aging work like that? Like, so in their mind, are they more mature, or did it, like, I guess specifically with Nico and Bianca, because I feel like Nico does act his age, he acts young, but if they were stuck in that hotel for 70 years, they're like staying that age. I guess they didn't like understand like their brains weren't comprehending the movement of time. So I guess they would stay in the mindset of the age they were. I don't know. It's an interesting concept to me. Why is Aries there? Why is he always at the scene of the crime? Okay, I'll be real. Aries is like, leave Percy to talk to this like mystery woman I have. I mean, he didn't call her mystery woman, but she is a mystery woman. And he's like, go to the taco place, and they're like, it's closed, and Aries opened it up. Like, if there was a taqueria, I'm so sorry, I'm going. Like an authentic taqueria, I'm going. Like, any time of the day, anything. If you're like, let's go get tacos, like actual authentic tacos, like, I'm in. Sign me up. Like, I will go at any time of the day. So like, yeah, they probably shouldn't leave Percy with Aries, but also like, Aries isn't going to hurt Percy, because then he would have the wrath of the gods on his hands. Like he doesn't want Poseidon to be like pissed off at him. So like, if I was offered like fresh tacos, like maybe I'd take the chance, is all I'm saying. And I'm the one that called all of them stupid this book, so maybe it's me. Oh my god. Percy and Annabeth are so cute. Okay, Annabeth isn't here, but let me just read this to you and why I reacted like that. When I saw her, my jaw dropped. I forgot my name. I forgot where I was. I forgot how to speak in complete sentences. She was wearing a red satin dress, and her hair was curled in a cascade of ringlets. Her face was the most beautiful I'd ever seen. Perfect makeup, dazzling eyes, a smile that would have lit up the dark side of the moon. Thinking back on it, I can't tell you who she looked like, or even what color her hair or eyes were. Pick the most beautiful actress you can think of. The goddess was 10 times more beautiful than that. Pick your favorite hair color, eye color, whatever. The goddess had that. When she smiled at me, just for a moment, she looked a little like Annabeth. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Percy's like the most beautiful person you could literally ever imagine. He's like, she reminds me of Annabeth. They're so cute. I love them so much. Literally, if I read this like prime demographic, I would have been obsessed. This would have meant everything to me. Okay, let me keep reading. He just said Aphrodite looked like Annabeth. You're kidding. Oh my god, not Aphrodite knowing that he's in this quest for Annabeth and him not being able to say it. You even dream about her. That's so cute. Oh my god, she ships them. Finally, someone with some sense. Please focus on saving Annabeth. Save my girl. Like, I understand we need to save Artemis, and like we need to do that quest as well. But like, I'm doing it. Should they not even get tacos? That's kind of messed up. Okay, so they walk through the junkyard, and their one rule was don't take anything. Obviously, someone did. Now this like big monster thing is mad with them. And at first, I was upset because it was Bianca, but like, she took this little metal figurine, and she said it was for Nico. It was the only statue he didn't have. That's so cute. Maybe I'm just having this moment because like I am an older sister, but like that's so cute. I can't even be upset with her. Yes, she's put them in this danger, but I can't even be mad. I know literally minutes ago I said I didn't care. I wasn't as attached to the new characters, but I swear if Bianca dies trying to get this monster to stop, I'm going to be so sad. Because no shot, she gave the little statue to Percy and said, if anything happens, give that to Nico. Tell him I'm sorry. Please don't do this to me. Oh my god, because someone dies in the desert, don't they? Okay, Bianca got inside. I still don't feel great though. Okay, she's lost. Doesn't mean she's dead. I'm about to pull up the same thing I do with Tyson and be like, she's not dead. And guess what? It worked out for me. So, there's that. No, because I just don't think she is. So, you know, there's that. Okay, we're currently at the part where we're in the Hoover Dam and Percy's like separated from the group and the skeletons are there. And he talked to that girl with the red hair, Rachel Elizabeth Dare. Who the hell is she? I don't understand how she's immortal because the sword didn't hit her, but the mist doesn't work on her. I mean, I'm sure we're going to learn later. I do know, like, when there's, like, half-bloods and they don't know, like, I don't know, maybe there's a way that, like, some mortal things would work for her and some half-blood things would work for her because she doesn't know she's a half-blood, ? Because I do know, like, the more you know about yourself being half-blood, the more dangerous it is for you. I don't know. I think I should just keep reading. Okay, they're on this pier. Big bombshell just dropped by Dr. Thorne that they want, because basically Zoe tells them that the little cow creature that Percy saved earlier is what needs to be sacrificed because the entrails will give people the power to take over Olympus. Dr. Thorne just dropped this bomb that, in fact, Talia needs to do it because it's almost her 16th birthday. And she's going to bring about the prophecy, not Percy. Which, crazy. You know, crazy. I don't know. But I guess either way, though, if she did it or not, would make the prophecy come true, right? She hesitated. They can't sacrifice this little guy. He's so cute. Finally, Mr. D did something. Percy had to say please, but... Oh my god, they must go to the Garden of Zoe's Sisters. So much is happening. I only have 70 pages left, I think. So, I cannot believe that Annabeth's stepmom was like, nice meeting you, Percy. I've heard a lot about you. They aren't even close. Annabeth and her stepmom aren't even close. Like, no shot she said that. That's crazy. That's about it. I'm gonna get back to reading. I don't know if it's because I have a headache, but the general being Alice and being Zoe's dad was like, I don't know, like, not that I predicted it, but like it just didn't shock me. Like I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, on to the next. I think it's because I just want to know, like, I want Annabeth to be free. Like, that's really all I'm worrying about. And like, I probably should be worrying about other things, but I'm not. So, is he like draining Luke's power or something? Like, why is he so sick?
So beautiful.
He's taking the sky? Oh my god, Percy. They just smashed Atlas with the earth. They killed Luke? Why does it matter that much? Something always happens right after I turn off the camera, but Zoe's death scene is so sad. Like, so sad. And like, it's like slightly her choice because Artemis could help her, so at least it's on her own terms. And like, she has lived like, I don't know how long, but a long time. But it's so sad. And she's like says sorry to Talia for like them having like fighting this whole time. And she's like, you are nothing like Hercules, Percy. Oh, because we learned that Hercules was the one that she like gave the sword to and he betrayed her and like whatever. But it was so sad. Okay, they're at Olympus right now and I feel like something big's gonna happen, so I'm gonna record. We will not bless my son to bits. No, they can't destroy Bessie. Percy is about to tell Nico that Bianca died, which I still don't believe that she did. But this is so awful. You promised you would protect her. Nightmares? The skeletons being there is so excessive. What? Nico's the son of Hades. I like that they all broke the oath. It's kind of really funny. Oh, that's true. I forgot they were old. But then Nico could be the prophecy.
Together, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, why is Percy like, I'm the prophecy actually. Oh, he doesn't want to let the kids suffer. Makes sense. No shot, he's leaving again. We all know how I feel about this. They both are. They both are. Not Grover interrupting them. I await you. Oh my gosh. The last two books have had like really good endings. I like them a lot. This one might be my favorite so far, the third book. Which is kind of shocking because Annabeth wasn't in it, and like I've said many times, Annabeth is my favorite character. But I don't know, there was something about this book, like I loved all the characters. I loved them like all going on a trip together besides Annabeth. And I I think the fight scenes were better. Because last book I didn't like the fight scenes that much. I don't know what it was, but this one I liked. So we're done with book 3. I don't really know how I've read this much today because this was 310 pages, so I read 250 pages today. And I'm gonna read more. My head hurts so bad and I like have other things I should do, but I just don't think I can because my head hurts so bad, so why not start the 4th book? But that was the end of The Titan's Curse. Okay, I'm only 3 pages into this book. 2 things already though. 1, Percy and Annabeth are going on a date. So there's that. But also, what was her name? Something Elizabeth Dare? Seems like she goes to the school that Percy's going to because his mom got him into it. So that'll be fun, that'll be exciting. Also, it literally started with, the last thing I want to do on my summer break was blow up another school. So this is gonna go great. This is about to go amazing. I finished the first chapter, once again, good opening. The same things I said last time is what I feel this time. I do think I liked the opening better than the other one. Not to say this one wasn't good. I like it. Also, it creates a lot of drama to start out with because Mr. Blowfist thinks that Percy like blew up the school basically. So 1, that creates drama, conflict. 2, now Rachel knows about the half-mortals. Is that her name? Yeah, Rachel knows about the half-mortals. 3, they ran into Annabeth as they ran out of school, and now Annabeth is 1, jealous, and 2, upset with Percy because he told a mortal about the half-bloods. And then also the like monsters Percy fought said that Camp Half-Blood was about to go up in flames. And 3, Percy and Annabeth had to cancel their date. Worst thing. Worst thing to have to come out of this. The chapter is long though. We're 18 pages in. It took me a while to read because I'm slowing down because my head is in excruciating pain. LOL, I love life, but my problem is, as someone who gets migraines and like gets really bad migraines, like where I black out from pain, if I get like a headache that's not a migraine that's bad, I'm like, not too bad, and I don't let myself feel bad about it. I'm like, I have to power through. It's not like I have a migraine. But yeah, let's get back to reading. They're going back to Camp Half-Blood. They were supposed to anyway, but like they were supposed to go on their date first. So let's see what's gonna happen. I read last night. I don't know if any of those clips are usable, even though I got 90 something pages in. So I just wrote down some little bullet points. Tyson comes back, which is super fun and exciting because we all know I love Tyson. I was very excited for that. They had a cute little moment because now they're sharing their cabin again. Percy's not alone. So then Percy in the middle of the night gets a call from Nico, or we don't know who it's from, but it's of Nico. And Nico is in the underworld with Kronos, ? Or it's just a ghost, evil ghost, I don't know, who's telling him that he needs to kill someone to bring his sister back. Because Nico's trying to get his sister back, and he's basically like, you need to take revenge to like bring your sister back. And Percy takes that as it being like Nico's gonna kill him. I don't know if I agree that that's what's gonna happen, but whatever. Then they play this fun game of, I don't remember what the game was. Oh, it was like who can kill the most monsters to get like the laurel wreath, enough of the leaves to get like, oh no, it's just like to find the laurel wreath, whatever. And Quintus, which is like the guy that replaces Mr. D, he pairs up Percy and Annabeth, which I thought was funny. I don't remember if Annabeth told Percy before they fell in. I think so. So they were starting to like, and then the last thing I wrote down is that Nico raises the dead. So Percy gets another call from, we don't know who, but it's of Nico. And Nico is in the cemetery and he raises the dead. And he basically raises the dead of this entire cemetery because he's like, I want opinions from other ghosts because I don't trust like the opinion of just this one. Because this one is like, you need to take revenge. And Nico is kind of being like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. So he's like, if I have to do it, I will, but I want the advice of everyone around. Very interesting. I like Nico. I know he's like being bad. He's like not a great person right now. And then they like learned about the lore, like the person that made the labyrinth, whatever. There's like 3 different people that are trying to get it. They're trying to find him. They don't know if he's really alive, but they need to make sure that at least Luke doesn't get it. They don't want Nico to get it either because he also has ties to Cronus. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain if the ghost he's talking to is Cronus or if it's like, I don't know, just like an evil spirit. I think that's all I want to say. I want to say it's going really well. I'm really liking it. I'm having such a fun time. Now that I'm like into the story like completely, like I'm invested and I read it so fast. Like I read it so fast and it's so good. Okay, so let's just get into it and let's read. Let me put on my music. I can't believe Hera came to grant like Annabeth a wish, and then Annabeth's like, I would like something that could help me reach the center of the labyrinth. And then Hera's like, oh, you want a physical thing? She's like, well, Percy already has it, and then leaves. Girl. What? And what did Percy even bring? Do we even know what Percy brought? I don't think we do. I don't know. Okay, tiny bit awkward because I did in fact fall asleep while reading again and my retainer's in, but whatever. I don't even know what was happening while I was reading because I fell asleep. I didn't even read that much. I do know I want to talk about because Percy had another dream. So Percy had another dream about Daedalus, the like guy that built the labyrinth, and his son, and in this dream we learn it's Icarus, which I'm sure other people knew, but I don't know like anything about Greek mythology. Okay, and he died because of the wings that his dad made to get them out of the room they were locked in by the king. I had a thought that I'm pretty sure, and something I probably should have picked up on earlier, is that the thing that Percy has, or the thing that Percy knows that could get them to like go through the labyrinth, is because he's been having these dreams and he hasn't told anyone about them, and he usually tells people about his dreams that he has, but he hasn't. So like that's obviously, I feel like obviously the thing that Hera was talking about. But yeah, right now they're out of the labyrinth and they're like in this field with these cows, and Nico's there. And then Percy learned that Nico wasn't really wanting to kill him, which I'm pretty sure I said earlier I already knew that. I don't know who, because Nico doesn't want to kill anyone, and so like the person that the ghost he's talking to wants to kill is definitely going to be like the ghost choice, not Nico's. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, besides that, I think I should just get back to reading and hopefully I don't fall back asleep. Oh, and we learned the ghost that Nico's talking to isn't Kronos. I feel like earlier I said I thought it was. It wasn't. I was wrong. It's Minos. Not Percy getting scammed. Okay, Nico did his like creepy little ritual because Percy's like, I bet you can get Bianca to come. And she did, and I really thought she wasn't dead. But she is. She's dead. And she's here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm at the part where they're going to go like go to Mount St. Helen, I think, for their little mission so they can like get their information about where Daedalus is. Daedalus? And Grover just thinks he found Pan. And I think they're gonna split up, but Annabeth is really against it, which makes me think the last part of her oracle maybe said that and it doesn't end well. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Forever free.
There's no way I turned off the camera right before Percy is making another stupid decision and Annabeth kissed him. Like I turned it off at the exact wrong time because Percy told Annabeth like, you go ahead and go back to Hephaestus and I'll stay here in the volcano and then maybe he can help when he get back, which is a dumb plan. And then she kisses him and I turn it off. I like this. No shot. I probably would have sat there for the rest of the day, staring at the lava, trying to remember what my name was, but the sea demons jarred me back to reality. Also, shouldn't Percy have put the cap on because, like, they knew who he was? So Percy is with Calypso because he, like, brought the water into the volcano and then, like, exploded into the air or whatever and, like, landed in the water, whatever. And she's taking care of him. And I don't know anything about Calypso because, like I said before, don't know anything about Greek mythology. But, like, why are they, like, flirting? This is sick. This is so sick after Percy and Annabeth kissed. Well, she's, like, definitely, has a control over him, like when she's like, you're feeling so tired, and then he like fell asleep. Like she's definitely manipulating him in some way, like with magic, but we'll see, I guess. Okay, good. Hephaestus came to get Percy, I think. No shot, Percy got Typhon to leave the volcano. Oh my god, he made grave mistakes. Okay, it's the next day and they're doing the plan that I don't know if I talked about, but like Percy was told that a mortal could lead Annabeth and him through the labyrinth, and so he brought Rachel, the girl that he met at the Hoover Dam and then at the school, and Annabeth's like jealous about it, but they've started the mission and like Rachel was leading them and they are already caught. And like I feel like they should have been able to get a little farther because Rachel was like leading them. She's like able to see the trap. She's like able to see which way they should go. Like the floor's lit up where they should go, and they're like, they've barely made it far. Like they go down the stairs and then they make their first choice of which hallway to go down, and there was 3 hallways and they made one, and then they've already been caught by Kelly, the like vampire girl, and maybe the person from Alcatraz. I can't tell, but they're already caught. How are they already caught? Like I feel like they've been having the worst luck lately. Okay, so they all got brought to the arena where like Luke is and Antius. He's like Percy's half brother, and Percy has to fight these people, and that's what's gonna happen. And I feel like I should film me reading this part. It feels like maybe it could be interesting, so I'll just film myself. Percy already won his first round. He has 3 rounds, I think. He already won his first, and it was a Dracana. I probably mispronounced every single thing in this video. I'm so sorry. Oh, but then Antius is like upset. He's like, you must wait for my call for you to kill someone. Which feels stupid, but whatever, I guess. A boy came out? Okay, Percy did not kill the kid when he could have. I mean, I say kid, which he is a kid, but like, Percy and him are kids. I feel like like if you guys are watching this, because it's full of spoilers, you probably know. Never mind. And then now, so that made Antius upset, because he's like, don't dishonor the games. So then Percy's like, well, why don't you come down here and fight me? Which I think Percy has done to like 3 whole people in this series, maybe 4. Percy stabbed him and sand came out. And every time Percy hits him, he gets like healed by the dirt. Oh, and then Luke is like, I don't need to follow this thing, so Percy's using the whistle. And the kid that Percy fought, Ethan, is like going with them maybe? Okay, interesting. I thought more would happen, but... Okay, in the time I was reading, Percy had another dream. Well, I guess not another dream, but he had a dream about Grover, which I think is his first one in a while. And he found out that Tyson is in trouble. And then they like, there's an earthquake, they had to like run ahead, and now they're in the workshop as well. But like, we're back to the thing where I was like, like when Annabeth was taken, I'm like, but is this as important as like finding Tyson? Because like, I hate to say, but I don't really trust that Grover could like get Tyson away from the snake. And so like, they kind of have to go do that now, feels like, to me, personally. But I understand it's important they got to the workshop and like, that was like their one goal, but I'm worried about Tyson, you know? He can't die. I'll be so upset. I feel like maybe I should have been able to predict that Quintus was Daedalus.
Sometimes you need to go.
Okay, thank the Lord Mrs. O'Leary's back, because when Percy said the thing about like, they left her behind and she helped them, it was so sad. Also, she's a dog, so I'm gonna like be rooting that she lives always. Oh my god, I forgot, and that's his dog. So Annabeth is like mad at Daedalus because like he's like saying he gave Luke the string and like they're hours late, whatever, and Annabeth's like, you were my hero. And if I'm not mistaken, that's exactly, how was this book where Tyson found the Cyclops, the like 100-handed Cyclops, and he was like, he was my hero, and now he's just like a little baby. And now Annabeth is like meeting our hero and not regretting it, but like seeing he's not who she thought he is. And okay, now that I said all that, you would have thought that I had something like smart to say about it, but I don't. Just an observation. Okay, and also Luke is already going back on his deal with Daedalus because now Minos is there and Nico is there and like Kelly and all those people, but Nico went in to help them. Oh my god. This poor boy. I don't trust these wings. Like, they're using these wings and like, I don't trust them. They left the dog. They left Daedalus too, but they left Mrs. O'Leary. And like I said 2 seconds ago, that's so upsetting to me. Okay, you probably can't hear me like at all because I have my fan going and my baby noise machine. But basically, I haven't filmed this in a really long time. I don't remember what day the last clip is, but it's literally December. Okay, it's technically December 29th, but it's midnight. So for me, it's like December 28th. And we're finally getting back into this. I watched the first 2 episodes of the show. So good. Haven't watched the 3rd one yet, but I've watched the first 2. I'm still like almost done with this book. I looked at this the other day. I'm like pretty far in. Yeah, I'm 83% done with this book. And I'm gonna get back into this. Do I remember exactly what was happening? No, this was months ago. Actually, I actually do remember this. Did I stop reading it when they're literally in the labyrinth? That's insane behavior for me. Crazy behavior. But basically I stopped reading because I think I mentioned it in the last clip you guys saw, but I was like, wow, I think I've had a migraine for a week. Yeah, that lasted months. But right now I'm more balanced. So yeah, I'm gonna read some of this. Don't know how much I'm gonna do. Lately I've been doing nightly reads. I just finished The Secret History, so I'm like, why not get into this?
Forever free.
Luke is in the coffin. I don't remember what was happening last time. I know it's not funny, but now Grover being like, we're so close, and then hitting his head on the rocks is crazy. He's dying? This is messed up. They can fade, Pan said, when everything they stood for is gone, when they cease their power and their sacred places disappear. The wild, my dear Grover, is so small now, so shattered, that no god can save it. My realm is gone. Gone. No way. The animals turn to dust too. Come on. Why is he low-key flirting with Rachel though? Like, it's crazy if I was him, but I'd be pissed too.
so beautiful.
This right here, wait, this may be it, she said, could be. Nice fighting with you, seaweed brain. Ditto. No way. No way. I turn off the camera and then they say something like that. No way. Obviously, I'm not worried about it being the last fight because I literally have the next book sitting right there, and I know there's like a ton more. Okay, once again, sad that Daedalus has to like die for them to close the labyrinth, but it's so funny. He's like, Percy, can you please take care of Mrs. O'Leary? And Percy's thinking about this like, he's like, yeah, but how am I gonna keep this dog in my mom's apartment? Like, no shots what he's thinking about. Is there like in the middle of a war, and he's like, I have to take care of this dog, but this she's not gonna fit in my mom's apartment. Like, it just made me laugh so hard. But this is sad, but also like, I don't really know. Like, I'm not really that attached. And also, Annabeth gets his work, and that's exciting for her because she wants to be an architect. I'm most sad for this dog because she's so sad that her owner is dying. Like, it's messed up. Okay, but like, if I were to guess, the closing of the labyrinth isn't gonna fix all their issues. The goal of his father to show for his birthday, like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but me personally, I'm holding a grudge against him with his stupid Hawaiian shirt. Like, you look as beautiful as ever. Shut up. Be quiet. Like, literally insane behavior. I couldn't miss Percy's 15th birthday. Bro, you missed a lot. You could miss a lot. I'm so annoyed. I was hoping it was going to be Annabeth at the door, and the fact it was Poseidon actually is... Not him being like, you're my favorite son. You abandoned him. You abandoned him and his mother. I'm so annoyed. Why would he think about calling Rachel? Crazy behavior. Oh, so cute. What a cute way to end, with Nico getting a little birthday cake. Is literally adorable. I finished the 4th book, only have 1 book left, 1 final book of like this series. But that's gonna be it for tonight, and I will see you all tomorrow. Not Rachel being like, so hypothetically, if these two people like each other, what would it take to get this stupid guy to kiss her? Kiss the girl, huh? And not him almost immediately thinking of Annabeth. I mean, as he should, but like, no shot.
Sometimes you need to go.
Not the kiss. Don't mind this awful angle, but I'm about to read the prophecy. How fun is that little prophecy for Percy? My thing is, I know there's more books. I know Percy's okay. So, also, while reading these, my way of going about this is just assuming that no one actually dies, and that works out 99% of the time. Like, they're like, this person just died. I'm like, no. And like 90% of the time that worked. That's it. I thought there could be a fun reaction, but I'm just like, okay. I am to the part where I'm trying to think everything happened. I'm like on page 90, I think, and basically Grover's missing, which I'm not too worried about because like I said, in my mind I just don't worry about those things, and most of the time that works out. Percy is going to take Nico up on his offer about what they should do about Kronos, but either I haven't picked up on it, or like I don't think we know what the thing is yet, but he's taken Mrs. O'Leary through shadow travel or whatever to go meet Luke's mom. And that's all I think that's really happened. Oh, Rachel had a dream, and then Percy saw it, and Rachel's like been painting these paintings about like what's gonna happen. So that's very interesting. But besides that, I think that's really it. I don't really have much thoughts on it. I've been having a good time. I'm like 23% done with this book already. Yeah, I thought I'd give my thoughts before I keep going because I feel like a lot is about to happen and nothing much has happened besides that it looks bleak with their fight. Like, I believe in them, and I have no idea what Percy's prophecy is going to like actually turn out to mean, but it doesn't look good. Nothing's looking great right now at all, in the slightest. So yeah, that's fun.
It together.
I think that's cute. Percy called Paul his parent. Nico's plan is to put a god's soul in Percy's body? Is that what it is? Because they're like comparing it to Luke, and they're like, Miss Jackson, we need your approval. This is crazy. I understand they need to like save the world. This is literally crazy, insane behavior. Okay, so they found Grover, and basically he was in like a nap for months or whatever, which exciting. He let them into the underworld. Mrs. O'Leary, Percy, and Nico. And we gotta see Cerberus, my favorite. We all know Cerberus is like my favorite ever. My favorite just in general, like besides this book, just in Greek mythology in general. And the fact that Mr. Leary ran up to Cerberus and they like had a good time, but also Nico is being so sketch. Like they're definitely not supposed to be there, and he's like, "Don't worry, we just have to go through the gates. Don't worry, you just have to be with me." Like so sketch, but like I also like Nico, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I don't know why Grover was so calm about what Percy said he was gonna do. It's crazy behavior, but you know that's where we're at. I thought a lot's happened in a few pages, so I like needed a comment. Twist that I probably should have seen coming seems that Nico is betraying Percy. All I saw was, or tricked him at least. I'm afraid this is my new lead, Percy. My father promised me information about my family, but he wants to see you before we try the river. I'm sorry. But also, like, I like Nico, so tell Mrs. O'Leary to behave. I don't want her to get hurt, Percy. Nico, be nicer. Be a little nicer. Don't threaten the dog. Not Percy throwing things at a god. No, he's just gonna be locked up when they need him most. I mean, I kind of think it's his best. I didn't want him to do whatever little deal he was gonna do. No way that the one thing that kept Percy from forgetting who he was completely when he took a bath in the river Styx was Annabeth. The whole way he thought of everyone was like, I'm slipping away. And then he started thinking of Annabeth and he was like, I am Percy Jackson. Be so serious, Percy. That's crazy. Okay, I just read chapter 11. Lots of crazy behaviors happened. One, Percy asking Annabeth, being like, don't I deserve a good luck kiss? Crazy behavior from him when he wouldn't even kiss her outside of Camp Half-Blood. 1. 2, Percy just taking everyone on. I know he like did the River of Styx thing, but like him just taking everyone on, actually crazy behavior. And then 3, Annabeth being her, and then him being like, no one hurts her, and like that being his main priority, which isn't that shocking for Percy, because like Annabeth's kind of been his top priority even when he was like, we're not even friends. I don't even like Annabeth. So, makes sense. But also he swooped her out of there so easily. Like, it's kind of embarrassing for Kronos. But right now, she's not doing well. Very interesting about the Oracle and like how she got her like rotting body or whatever. The story with Nico and Bianca's mom is very sad, but also like they try and get me to have sympathy for the gods, but I really don't. From all being absent parents, I literally have zero sympathy. It seemed like maybe he wasn't that absent, but like I just have zero sympathy, you know? Okay, I just read the part where Luke's mom goes to become the Oracle, and it doesn't go well because of the curse that Nico's dad put on the Oracle. Also, I do call them by their kids' names because they annoy me. They annoy me. They're absent parents. So, because of that curse is why she acts the way she does, because she's like not fully there, because she's like partially in the corpse and partially in herself. And that's just like so sad. And like, it's not really anyone's fault, but it's just like really sad. Especially because like most of the things she was doing was to protect Luke. Oh, finally the council believes Grover. It's like a little late for them to like be like, yeah, we'll help. Percy getting called the Sea God's brat is kind of awesome. It's kind of an awesome nickname. I don't know. I kind of vibe with it. What just happened is basically Selena ran in dressed as Clarice and then died by the Draken? Well, is currently dying. Percy doesn't think she'll live, and like, I believe that. I don't know if she'll be able to live either. But having a good time. We're nearing the end. I feel like if I was reading this like when they had come out, I'd be a little more like stressed. But I feel like sometimes I don't get into the battles because like I kind of know like out of the main characters I know that they're gonna be okay. But like I think if I had read this like when it was coming out and like things weren't already out, like the next books weren't already out, I'd be a little more stressed. Not saying it's not good. It is good. I'm having a good time reading it, but I just usually am not as stressed during the battles as I probably should be, because like I know Percy and Annabeth are gonna be fine, and so then like when things happen to them, I'm kind of like, you know, it sucks for them, but I know they'll be fine ultimately. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, I read the next chapter, and a lot happened. We found out that Selena was the traitor, which I kind of knew because, like, why would she be pretending to be Clarice? But she was a traitor, but she did die. And then the Lennius, the satire. Oh my god, I can't say anything. There was like, Grover is a liar. Pan is not dead. Grover is being blasphemous. Whatever. He passed away too. I don't really care as much about him. Then Rachel was in like the palace room and was like, Percy, we're not meant to be. Yeah, obviously, I could have told you that. I told you that 20 books, chapters ago. But no, she's like, I have a greater purpose. She was talking with Hestia, and then Percy gave Hestia the Pandora's box, which is good because he keeps being like, should I open it? Like, which is the whole point of the box, is it like makes you curious to open it. Also him being like, I have ADHD, so like I'm scared I'll open it. Like, so relatable, because I'd want to open it too, because I'd be like, but what if I do? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, it's very tempting. Then Percy sat in Poseidon's chair. Poseidon was upset, but he did it so he could get his attention. And he's like, you need to stop fighting in Olympus because you need to help the other gods. Like, you're being distracted. And he's like, but my city. So now we're gonna see if Percy's plan worked. I mean, I think it will. That would be crazy if this series ended and then, like, Olympus was destroyed. Also, I like that when Percy gave Hestia the Pandora's box, she's like, why? I'm the least of the gods. And he was like, you'll always keep it warm. And was like, you're important. Like, you'll always keep this warm. Whatever. You're the last of the Olympians. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a cute little scene. Like, less than 70 pages left. So yeah, so what's going on? I'm having a good time. I'm a little tired right now. I don't know why. I'm, like, exhausted. Nico showed up, and Nico's here. Mrs. O'Leary. Percy sent Mrs. O'Leary to go get Nico, and Nico showed up. The people, the army, already scared of him. Parting like the Red Sea. But I think this is so cute. I think Nico, I love Nico. I love him. He's like, I like this. Through the face guard of his skull-shaped helmet, he smiled. Got your message? Is it too late to join the party? I think that's so cute for a number of reasons. One, because everyone's like scared of him, because he like, his father is Hades, so like obviously kind of freaky, kind of scary, you know. And he's like this, like he deals with like dark, like the shadows and like the dead, and he's just like, got your message, is it too late to join the party? And obviously he's being like snarky because like they're fighting, like he's not like happy fun times, we're about to go bowling or something. But like, I don't know, it's cute. I think Nico's so cute. I love him. And I don't know, reading this, I'm like excited to read the other books. When I read the other 5, I'll probably make a video too. Okay, there's really only a few chapters, or like half a page left of the chapter I'm reading, but I need to speak on what is happening. Crazy things. First, we need to talk about how crazy of a warrior Annabeth is. Like, how can she, first of all, holds up the weight of the world for how long? She holds up, like, a long time. And, like, Percy could only do it, like, did it for, like, a bit, but, like, she did it for a long time. She shouldn't have been able to do it. One, crazy behavior, right? Then, she's fighting Kronos and is able to hold him because she's, like, trying to talk to Luke, able to hold the weight of him as they're, like, battling. Their swords are touching, holding the weight, trying to talk to Luke. Crazy behavior after she's already been hurt. She was hurt once, hurt twice, like thrown across the room. Like then earlier she was like, her shoulders hurt. Her shoulders like gets re-hurt in this fight. Crazy, insane warrior. Literally obsessed with her. She's amazing. Then, all while this is happening, well, in between these things happening, she remembers the prophecy and is like, oh my gosh, I know what it means. And is like piecing everything together and being like, Rachel telling Percy that he's not the hero of this fight. The prophecy about the sword, crazy. Gets through to Luke. Then tells Percy what he needs to do. And Percy gives the sword to Luke, and Luke stabs himself so Kronos can't turn into his true form, which then, like, banishes him from the body, I think. Because he, like, found the, like, soft spot or whatever. Because, like, he knew where it was. Because, like, Luke chose that spot. Crazy, crazy. So, Annabeth, insane in this fight. Okay? 1, that's the most important. Then 2, first, Luke comes out of it and is like, Annabeth, did you ever love me? Is now the time, really? After you literally betrayed her, is now really the time, as you're dying, to ask? Is it the time? No, it is not, first of all. Then, tell me this. Annabeth wiped her tears away. There was a time I thought, she looked at me like she was drinking in the fact that I was still here, and I realized I was doing the same thing. The world was collapsing, and the only thing that really mattered to me was that she was alive. Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. That's crazy. That's actually crazy behavior. But this is crazy. The world is crumbling. Everything as he knows it is changing, and he's like, I'm just so happy that Annabeth's alive. I couldn't be happier about anything. Crazy behavior. Not her exposing she didn't love him. Also, like, crazy that that's his first thought. Like, if he's trying to be like, I loved you, then why'd you betray her, you freak? I'm sorry. They cannot tell me that Luke was the hero of this war when Annabeth was standing right there. And he's the betrayer. I even think it's a little crazy to be like, Selena, you were a hero. Like, I get it. She was promised protection, and like the whole thing is like them being like, hey, look, the gods don't care about us, and like all we do is protect them. I understand that that's the side, and like they're not completely wrong, but then destroying everything is the wrong part. Selena betraying them is still kind of crazy because she was still actively giving them information recently, even after her boyfriend got killed, after they told her that like it would be perfect, and like obviously he was threatening her. It's not as simple as like just being like she should have stopped, but I think even that is a little insane to be like, no, she was a hero. We don't need to talk about it. And maybe I just am very vengeful and hold grudges. Like, maybe that's what it is. But they cannot try and tell me that Luke was the hero of this war. Luke is the problem. He is the problem. And then wakes up, his first thought, did this girl love me? What? Also, am I crazy? Or, like, what is their age gap? Like, what? Like, am I crazy? Or, like maybe I'm thinking about this too much, but like, why did fanfic come up? Why did fanfic come up? Oh my god, is he 22 here and she's 15? Oh, good. Arrest this man. I know he's about to die, but he wakes up, he's like, did you ever love me? Bro, you found her when... Is it 7 years? Hold on. 7 years? So when he found her, she was 7 and he was 14? Okay, Luke, wrap it up. I don't want to hear about him anymore. But he wakes up. He's 22. She's 15. Let's keep that in mind. That is insane. That is... Oh my god. Oh my god, that's disgusting. I'm thinking about this. Okay. His first thought, he's about to die. He goes, did you ever love me? What? Are you kidding me? And she's like, you were like a brother to me, Luke. But I didn't love you. What a slay. Love Annabeth. This is crazy behavior. Like, I am so sorry. I don't care about Luke. I don't care that he's dead. Call me crazy. Literally could not care less. And no one better be trying to push this Luke won the war. Luke was the hero of this war. Propaganda. I don't want to hear it. I literally do not want to hear it. I could not want it less. Okay? That's all I have to say. I actually don't want to hear about him anymore. And I understand that, like, yeah, kind of important to the storyline. Kind of really important to the storyline. Don't want to hear about him anymore. I'm ready to move on. He's dead, and I think we can just move on. I don't think it's important anymore. I cannot believe he's 22. That was actually insane. Like, I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to hear about this funeral for him. Kissing his forehead? Do not care. I also don't like that he envisioned Annabeth when he went into the reverse six. I want him to actually keep that child out of his mind. I want him to... I mean, I guess he can never think about her again. Do the demigods get, like, reborn, or are they just dead? I hope they're just dead. I love that Percy never stops thinking about his mom. He's such a mama's boy. It's so cute. Like, he's like, okay, I just saved the world. But I need to remember, I promised my mom I'd show something blue to know I was alive. And he's like, hey, Zeus, light this tower up blue. Like, no shot. He's like, he's just like, for his mom, he's like, anything. anything goes. The gods annoy me so much though. They're like, oh my god, my kids, I'm so proud of them. You are absent parents. You are absent parents. Oh my god. And Percy's just telling the truth. Annabeth saved Olympus. Real. She did. Oh my god. Dionysus? Is that it? Mr. D. he was like, he called Percy the right name. Because Percy kept his son alive. I hope you know I'm really proud to be your friend. Oh, Grover and Percy. Tyson! Like, I don't care about Poseidon. Like, I actually could not care less, actually. I'll be real, though. Annabeth is not getting as much praise as she should be. I like that they have to have, like, this little... The gods have to have this, like, little therapy session where they're not mean to each other because they're like, wow, you guys all really helped. Hades, Poseidon, you really did help. I know we hate each other. Like, it's funny. Also, I really like how Thalia has, like, she's, like, working with the hunters. I think the hunters are really cool. Like, they, like, protect themselves and they're, like, not in the camp. I think the concept of that would have been really cool. I think I would have dressed up as them for Halloween. Actually, I know. How come fat shaming Tyson? That was crazy. Doesn't miss many meals, does he? Okay, Zeus, maybe chill out for a second. Maybe be a good guy. Oh my god, he's a general. Okay, Tyson wants a little stick as his weapon. Member of the Cloven Elders? Oh my god! Annabeth gets to rebuild the city. She's so excited. You are an architect, are you not? As your heart desires. That's the cutest thing. Official architect of Olympus. Okay, I know Percy did a lot, and then he, like, sacrificed a lot with the, like, River of the Styx. But, like, it was a group effort. I guess she did do all the stuff with Hestia and everything. Or he did. Why do they think... Okay, so Percy's given one gift. Why do they think Percy's gonna be like, I want to be a god? Like, he literally wouldn't. What? He has to leave his mother behind and Annabeth. Literally the two people he actually cares about. Yeah, right. No, wait, Annabeth is the first thing he thought about when he was trying to decide if he should do it. Not him giving up being immortal for Annabeth. I'm honored and everything, don't get me wrong. I've got a lot of life left to live. I'd hate to peak in my sophomore year is awesome. Oh. From now on, I want you to properly recognize the children of the gods, I said. All the children of all the gods. Yes, they have to claim their children. Those absent parents are cut off from their ways. Great, perfect. This is awesome. I'm glad that Percy came up with this because I am over it. No more pact. That didn't work anyway. Real, they didn't even follow that at all. Oh my god. Okay, they're like, you're asking for a lot. Your offer was to make him immortal. Is he really asking for that much? Like, I feel like you ask for much. You presume much, his dad said. And he said, I hold you to your oath. I said, all of you. Good. Athena agreed. Oh my gosh. That was the best little chapter. Really, the rest is happy fun times. Surely. No way. Percy didn't remember it was his birthday, but Annabeth did. Like, they're like back at camp after all the fighting. Rachel's now the Oracle. I didn't talk about that just because, I don't know. I don't really know what I'd say about it. But no way. They're like sitting just like, happy birthday. And he's like, what? And she got him a blue cupcake. Well, it had blue icing. Yeah, now he's telling her about her at the River Styx, about how she was in the brine bag. So cute. No shot. Everyone's like, finally, you guys are admitting that you like each other. Oh my god, I've had enough of the parents showing up. The godly parents. Like, enough of it. Oh, so cute. Okay. Cute little ending. There's a new prophecy, which, like, they're like, well, it might not happen to us, but I really liked that book. It was really good. It was so cute. I can't believe I finally read them all. Long time coming, then a long time making this video. It feels crazy. Like I said, I'll do my final thoughts a little bit later. Hey guys, okay, so I've sat on these books for actually quite a while. Longer than I originally like planned to, but here we are. So I have finished this whole series. I've actually done like 2 edits through of the video. And so I have some thoughts. I've written down some thoughts from when I was watching back my video. So I loved this series. It was so good. Like, I really regret not reading this when I was younger. Like, I love it now, but like it would have been to another level. Like, I could have loved it to another level if I had read it when I was younger. And I think that is kind of like an overarching feeling I felt through reading this entire series is just, I wish I had read this when I was younger, because it would have just added that a little bit more for me to love it. I liked all of the books. I think the last 3 were my favorites. Like, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian were my 3 favorites of this series. I think there was just, I don't know, it just felt like they like ramped up. And I think the second book was my least favorite. I just, like I said in the video, I felt pretty detached from the fight scenes in that one. I don't know why, and it is funny because the third one I was like really getting into, and that one Annabeth isn't in, and I love Annabeth. So I don't know, there was just something about the writing from book 3 on that was just like, it really got me hooked. And maybe it's because I like had a genuine connection to the characters now. I think that very possibly could have been the case. So I loved all of them. But the last 3 like were my favorite. I was a little bit embarrassed watching through the footage because there were just so many times where I'm like, I love this person, I predict this is gonna happen, and I just didn't know. And I think it's funny because I usually am so good at predicting things, and I don't know if it's like this writing was really good or because of my headache like kind of allowed me to not predict them, which I liked it more because I wasn't predicting these things, and it almost made it feel like how it would have felt when I was younger to read it and like not be able to predict everything and like things come as a surprise. So that was actually super exciting, and I liked that aspect of it for myself. I finished this series and immediately my thoughts were I want to read the next books, and that will definitely also be a video because I know there's like another group of 5. I'm not even 100% sure about what books there are, like what other ones, but like I think that would also make sense to do as one of these type videos. So it won't be for a bit, but like maybe this year, like I want to read the rest, and like I think the combination of me like having finished these, then the series coming out, I just think it's like made me want to keep reading. Also, I think it's funny because like something I could like definitely see the differences in is I have seen so many people on TikTok be like, when I was growing up, I had a crush on like XY character from Percy Jackson, and like obviously that's not true for me because I'm almost 21 and they're like actual children. But I think that like I developed, like I was like protective over them. I'm like, these are my babies. Like I'm reading this and I'm like, how dare they say this about this character? How dare Annabeth doesn't get the recognition she deserves? Like I felt so protective over these characters, like they're my actual children. And I feel like throughout the video you can kind of see me develop those feelings towards the characters, which I think was kind of funny and just something I realized and like I laughed at. So yeah, but that's about it. Okay, for like star ratings I gave these books. For book 1, I gave it a 4 because I was like getting into it, but also like, I don't know, I feel like in long series like this I can never like the first one the most. Then for the second I gave it a 3, and that's not to say I didn't like it, it just was my least favorite. Then I gave the third book a 4 because I really liked the third book, but Annabeth wasn't there, like I've said so many times. Then book 4 and 5 I both gave a 5 because I love them so much, and I just think that there was something about them that just was extraordinary, next level. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video of reading books that I should have already read. I don't know when the next one of these videos will come out, but possibly pretty soon. I have a lot of different series I could do. That's gonna be it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Sorry that it is so long. I don't know, maybe I'll get better at filming these, or maybe you guys will like how long it is. I think it's too long, but whatever. Comment down below any series you'd want me to read that you think I might not have read before, or book videos you'd want to see, and subscribe if you want to see more. But that's going to be it for today, so bye. Thank you for watching.